Volcanoes. For centuries, we've been captivated by their raw power. We can watch them erupt, study their lava, and analyze their ash in real time. But what about the eruptions that happened long before humans were around to witness them? How do we study a super-eruption that shook the planet millions of years ago? These ancient behemoths left behind clues, and today, we have the technology to read them. It's a geologic detective story, and the evidence is buried all around us, waiting to be uncovered. So, how exactly do scientists become time-traveling volcanologists? Imagine a crime scene, but the crime happened eons ago, and the culprit was a volcano. The first place detectives look is the evidence left behind. For geologists, this means heading out into the field to study the layers of rock and ash. These aren't just any rocks. They are the frozen remnants of a cataclysmic event. We read talking about tephra deposits, layers of volcanic material that were blasted into the atmosphere and settled back to Earth. By examining the thickness and spread of these layers, scientists can get their first big clue about the sheer scale of the eruption. A thin layer might mean a small, local event, but a layer of ash that's meters thick and spans entire continents. That's the signature of a super. Think of it like this. The farther away from the volcano you find ash, and the thicker that deposit is, the more powerful the eruption must have been. Scientists will map these deposits meticulously, sometimes across thousands of square kilometers. They analyze the size of the ash particles, their chemical composition, and how they're layered. This tells them not just about the size of the eruption, but also about its style. Was it a single, massive explosion, or a series of pulses over days or weeks? Each layer is a page in the volcano's diary, and by reading them, we start to piece together the story of its fury. It's painstaking work, involving hammers, shovels, and a keen eye for detail, but it's the foundation for everything that comes next. So, we have the physical evidence from the field, but how do we turn those static layers of rock into a dynamic picture of a world-altering event? This is where cutting-edge technology comes in. Scientists use advanced numerical models, powerful computer simulations to bring these ancient eruptions back to life. They feed all the data they collected from the tephra deposits into these models. The volume of ash, the distribution, the particle sizes. The computer then gets to work, essentially running the eruption in reverse. It calculates the eruption column height, figuring out just how high that plume of ash and gas must have reached into the atmosphere. We're talking heights of over 25 kilometers, punching right into the stratosphere. These models can also reconstruct the eruption rate. How fast was material being blasted out of the volcano? Was it a steady flow, or did it come in violent bursts? By simulating how the ash cloud would have been carried by ancient wind patterns, they can create a dynamic 4D reconstruction of the event. It's like watching a ghost from the past. We can see how the ash cloud spread across the globe, where it was thickest, and how long it would have lingered in the atmosphere, blocking out the sun. This isn't just for cool animations. It helps us understand the immediate and long-term impacts of such an event, turning a geological mystery into a tangible, simulated reality. But what if the evidence isn't on land? Volcanoes don't just affect continents. Their ash falls over the oceans, and that's where another crucial part of our investigation takes us. We head out to sea on massive research vessels, which are essentially floating laboratories. The target, the ocean floor. Using advanced drilling technology, these ships can bore deep into the seabed, extracting long cylinders of sediment called cores. These cores are like geological time capsules. Layer by layer, they preserve a record of Earth's history stretching back millions of years. As you go deeper into the core, you go further back in time. And what do scientists look for in these cores? Tiny, almost invisible layers of volcanic ash. When a super-eruption occurs, its ash blankets the globe, and a portion of it settles on the ocean's surface, eventually sinking to the bottom. This creates a distinct marker in the sediment layers. By finding the same ash layer in cores drilled from different parts of the world, scientists can precisely date the eruption and confirm its global reach. The seafloor holds an uninterrupted high-fidelity record that isn't subject to the same erosion you find on land. It's one of the most reliable ways to build a global timeline of Earth's most violent volcanic events, connecting eruptions that happened thousands of kilometers apart. Now, we know the size and the date of the eruption, but what about its impact on the global climate? Super-eruptions don't just spew ash. They release colossal amounts of gases, including carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide, which can drastically alter the planet's temperature. To figure this out, scientists have found an ingenious chemical tracer, Mercury. Volcanoes are a major natural source of mercury. During a massive eruption, huge quantities of mercury are blasted into the atmosphere along with the ash and gas. This mercury travels around the globe and eventually settles, getting trapped in sedimentary rocks. So, scientists take samples from rock layers that correspond to the time of a known super. They then analyze these samples for spikes in mercury concentration. A sharp dramatic increase in mercury is a telltale sign of a massive volcanic event. By measuring the amount of this Mercury anomaly, researchers can actually estimate the volume of gases released during the eruption. It's a clever form of geochemical forensics. This allows them to model the eruption's climate impact. Did it cause a rapid warming due to greenhouse gases, or a volcanic winter from sunlight-blocking aerosols? These tiny chemical clues are key to understanding how these events could trigger mass extinctions and reshape life on Earth. From trudging through remote volcanic fields to drilling the depths of the ocean, and from running complex computer simulations to analyzing microscopic chemical traces, the study of ancient super-eruptions is a truly multidisciplinary science. Each technique gives us a different piece of the puzzle. The rock deposits tell us how big. The seafloor cores tell us when. The computer models show us how it unfolded. And the chemical clues reveal the global impact. By combining all these methods, we're not just satisfying our curiosity about the past. We're rebuilding a comprehensive understanding of how our planet works and the kinds of hazards it can produce. This knowledge is vital for forecasting future volcanic risks and preparing for events that, while rare, have the power to change our world in an instant. The secrets of Earth's most violent moments are no longer locked away in ancient stone. We now have the keys to unlock them. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into Earth's fiery past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world of science.